Rubbish Moon. I mean, Rebel Moon. I have not been the kindest to Zack Snyder here on the show. I'll be honest. I do not like his take on Superman, Batman, or any of these comic book characters. I think the DCEU was terrible with a few moments sprinkled in here and there that are good. I just don't think he understood those characters. And I've been open and honest about it. I do think 300's great. I think Watchmen's great. I think Dawn of the Dead is great. But those are all things that he didn't write. I don't think he's a good writer at all. Is he a good director? Arguable. I don't think he's a good director either, to be honest. I think he's a capable director. I think Zack Snyder would be a great visual effects guy.
Do you know the story of the Princess Issa? In myth, she was called the Redeemer. It was said this child would stop the madness of war.
This movie has everything you could expect from visionary director Zack Snyder. You got the muted color palette. You got your slow motion seeds falling out of a bag for no reason. Everything just oddly
gardening.
Yeah, everything just oddly blurry and out of focus for some weird artistic reason.
Some of it looks kind of cool, but when you're 30 minutes in and you're on the 17th slow-mo scene, you're like,
it's
okay,
crazy.
are we going to do this the whole time? We're doing this the whole time?
He's a straight-up clown. This whole movie's blurry. I feel like I had glaucoma watching this. But listen, I don't think he's a good filmmaker. I just don't. I'm sorry. He's got a couple of good movies. Other than that, I don't think he's very good. But trying to be as, unbiased as possible, this movie was terrible. I even messaged you guys. I messaged you guys halfway through, damn, this movie's bad.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be good. I'm going to be honest. I mean, the Zack Snyder fandom is saying oh, this is getting review bombed and this, that, and the other thing. Guys, give it up. It's got a 5.6 on IMDb. It's got a 31 on Metacritic. On Rotten Tomatoes, what is it on Rotten Tomatoes?
22%.
22% Rotten, 59% audience score. This movie
59 is terrible for audience, by the way.
Yeah, this movie is not being well received.
The story is not that bad overall.
Honestly,
the delivery of the story through Zack Snyder's eyes is what gives it problems, because basically what we have here is we have we got to recruit some people to go on a mission. Okay, we got to watch a 2.5 hour movie about recruiting people.
That's what it was. There was so much repetition of traveling around recruiting these warriors.
I would rather see this as a 4-hour director's cut or as 10 or 15 episodes in a show and watch, 45 to 60 minutes at a time. I don't want to watch a 2.5-hour recruiting movie just to wait a half a year or a year to see what these characters do. I don't give a fuck about that. That's stupid. This feels like a Netflix, we're going to do this for money. So you need to drag this out, Zach, and we'll do a director's cut, and it's going to be even better, and people will watch that too. I feel like there's some money behind it that's pushing, because the story isn't terribly bad, and it draws from a lot of stuff. Sure, you get stuff like Magnificent Seven, Star Wars, Dune,
Game of Thrones,
Game of Thrones. There's a lot of stuff that he pulls from, and you're like, okay, well, that's interesting, and this is kind of interesting, and this character seems interesting, but I don't get to learn any of this stuff because we're just recruiting characters in this movie, and that's all I'm going to have to see. And I was like, fuck this.
You learn
just
nothing.
Recruiting characters, showing them their boss fights, but I would rather see more of the actual story than just jumping from planet to planet and slow motion fight scenes.
Let's keep in mind, this was so according to him, he conceived of this story in 1997. Back in college. And then he originally pitched it to Lucasfilm in 2012 when it was purchased by Disney. So his intent for this was to be a Star Wars movie. And assuming when he got laughed out of their office, he decided to sort of make his own. This is honestly, really being serious, the most derivative fucking thing I've ever seen. No, he for sure got laughed at. This movie is a joke, dude. There's nothing good about it. Nothing. The story's not good. It's the most derivative thing I've ever fucking seen. There is not an original thing in this. It's it
was still Kathleen Kennedy, head of Star Wars back then. You think she laughed Zack Snyder out of the room?
I mean, not probably literally, but I think once he left, they were probably all like, Did you hear that shit? That
No,
guy
I
wanted
think
to do?
Kathleen Kennedy was very interested.
If you close your eyes, this is like a Walmart Star Wars. This is a Walmart Dune. This is a Walmart. This is like he's just
You're
pulling.
saying it's a TikTok mashup of every
I'm
movie
saying
that
he
we've already
took-
ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying he took concepts from everything he's ever watched that he liked, science fiction based,
Yes, I agree. Yes.
threw it into this thing, spackled it together with some mud, and called it a day. I've never zoned out of a movie more than this. I couldn't even begin to tell you what this story is about, other than the fact that like there's an evil empire thing, and they come to this planet where she's hiding out, and they're going to come back in 10 weeks. So she's got to assemble a team. You don't learn anything about any of the characters, really. And anytime you
Nope.
do, it's from these like long-winded, verbose scenes of exposition with terrible acting and terrible dialogue. Everybody in this movie was terrible. The dialogue was terrible. The acting was terrible. All of it. It was bad.
I don't agree. I think the Admiral, I enjoyed the Admiral.
No.
I thought he was
Yeah.
a good villain.
Ed,
Yeah,
Ed
he's a
Skrein,
good villain.
Ed Skrein did a great job.
Yeah, you want to see the better version of him that he's based off of? Go watch Inglourious Bastards, because he's literally, what's his name from that movie?
I believe it. Yeah,
It's like everything is identifiable from something better than it.
that's fair. He did play a great piece of shit though in this.
I could nitpick some movies that we've reviewed
Dude,
to this detail to be like, this is from that, and that is from
No, no,
this,
no.
and this is
Right.
bullshit, and it's unoriginal.
Dude,
Well, that happens all the time.
second this man stepped off that ship, I was like, oh, this is Christoph Waltz from Inglourious Bastards. It's the same thing.
I don't think this movie was bad. I think it was mid. I think it had potential. I think the
Yeah.
movie did a lot
That's where
of
I'm
telling, not showing, of course, but it still somehow ended up being way too long.
Dude,
Like
I
I don't
agree.
understand
It
how you
was
can
mid.
cut
It was
out
not
so
bad.
much and still end up with a movie this long.
there's a fuck
like-
because that's what he does, dude. It's always
it was like-
Yes. And
It was
that's
like
fair,
too long and
Dan,
too
but-
short at the same time. Like we weren't given enough. Like
It's a-
I swear we were
Yes.
missing entire segments.
oh, but don't
But
worry,
if you,
bro.
if you can't get your point across in 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
maybe like Dusty said earlier, make this into
Marvin,
a show instead.
Make
where-
it
You
a
and
show.
I, please let me
or a
speak
6-hour
for a second.
director's cut. Do one or the other.
for a second.
Marvin,
Don't show me this part of a movie. It's
silence.
bullshit.
Marvin, you literally are living in my brain, because my note right here says, if you can't make a solid story in less than 2 hours and it's a consistent issue, get a new job.
Yeah.
That's this dude's MO. Oh, you didn't like Batman v Superman? Don't
Well, I see
worry.
it's extended.
There's a 4-hour extended cut that's better, I promise. Oh, you didn't like
Well,
Justice League? Well, that's not my movie. Here's my movie that's 4 hours, and you could also watch it in black and white, and it's my cut. Oh, you don't think Rebel Moon's that good? Don't worry. I have a 17.5-hour cut that's much better, I promise you. Dude, get a new job
Okay,
if
but
you
wait,
can't
but
put
wait.
together a solid story in 2 hours or less.
And this is where like I'm torn. Like he either needs to make 6-hour movies or he needs to make 15 episode series, because
Yeah, I
trying to tell
agree.
that story in 2.5 hours and spreading it out over 2.5 to 6 years that's grating.
I don't think an hour more is enough for this movie.
You guys are talking about the length of it. I don't have a problem with length. I really don't.
Well, what's the worst part for you then?
Well, the worst
of it.
the worst of it is that
uninspired
it's
and unoriginal.
disinteresting
That's it?
and unoriginal, and then it was delivered poorly. So there's like,
and the acting was bad.
yeah, there's just nothing about it like that is good. I don't really, I'm being dead serious, and it's not because of Zack Snyder. If I had watched this not knowing he made it, I'd be having the same exact opinion. Like at one point I was watching this, I felt like I was watching the shit forever. I was like, this shit is so long. And I looked at the clock and I saw I had like an hour and 30 minutes left. Like, good Lord, that is not the sign of a good thing. I thought the CGI was terrible. There's one scene and towards the end with like the bigger city planet thing that looked like the CGI looked like it was straight out of like 1998 from Phantom Menace. It was bad. Everything felt so small in this movie. I don't know if you guys felt that way too, but the set designs were terrible. Like, there's like these sweeping vistas and supposed to be like these planetary things. You could tell it was like they're on like a 3-foot set and then the green screen's behind them. Like, you could tell. And when CGI is done right, as we've talked about, you know it's CGI, but it tricks your brain enough to be like, wow, that looks... Nothing in this movie felt real to me, and it felt very small and crafted. Like, it just didn't sell me the fact that they're on these other planets. So all these things combined, I literally don't think there's a single redeeming factor to this movie. I promise you, not because of Zack Snyder. I'd feel the same way if I didn't know it was him.
Well, he said we have a problem with length. I don't I don't have a problem with length. I have a problem when the length isn't like conducive to anything. Like
Right.
I watched Oppenheimer, no issue. I watched
Yep.
Killers of the Flower Moon, even though that one was a little long. That still flowed way better than this movie. Like
Yeah.
it just felt like we were jumping from different parts with no. It just didn't flow well to me.
You're
Yeah,
like,
it was
okay,
kinda all
we're
over the
jumping
place.
from planet to planet to pick people up. Where are we going? Well, at the end of the movie, you're not going anywhere because we got betrayed by the asshole in the beginning that was betraying other people. That's my problem with this movie.
The movie opens up like Thor. You literally have the guy who played Odin doing the exact same monologue that he does in
Yeah.
I
fucking
forgot
Thor.
about the monologue. That was cringe.
It's like the same guy doing the same narration for the most part is doing it in this. Exactly the same. Okay, I thought that was funny. You take everything that's unoriginal. What is in this movie that you think has potential is what I'm curious about. Both of you. I'm genuinely curious because
Does a movie have to be original for you to enjoy it though? I don't think it does.
Nope.
it has to give you something. It doesn't give you anything. You don't learn anything about any character in this movie except some like
That's
very
not true.
That's why I'm saying it has potential. I feel like if those things are fleshed out,
The only good thing about this movie was Anthony Hopkins and he was just being Odin. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell
Well,
me I'm
for
wrong.
about 5 minutes, and then he disappeared.
they even drew from Harry Potter with the guy
Yes.
taming the winged beast.
Yep.
And like, what was the
Yeah.
point of that scene? I was sitting there. That's when I messaged you guys. This movie's so
I told
fucking
you
bad.
they're recruiting and they all have their own boss fights. It's kind of like a video game.
And let me just say one thing. Sorry, but Ray Fisher is a terrible actor. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. I'm sorry that he got picked on or whatever by Joss Whedon, but this dude is not a good
Oh,
actor.
the cyborg guy, right?
Yeah, terrible actor.
Yeah.
Like, go stock groceries or some shit because this career path is not for you, buddy. I think I'm all
I'm
set
just
on
kidding,
Zack
Dan, I
Snyder.
love you.
I don't. There's just like I'm over it. I don't want to see muted color
Yeah, no,
palettes.
that's fair.
I don't
That's
want to see
fair.
slow mo. We didn't even talk about the slow motion.
Well,
it's like
we did.
literally a joke.
I mean, I told you, I brought it up
There's
a
a
couple
million
times.
slow-mo.
I
Yeah,
hated it. Like,
but
I
it's
was
like literally a
I-
joke. It's almost as if he's like, I know this is a meme, so I'm doing it over and over and over again. It's like he knows it's a meme, but he doesn't. He thinks it's dope, and it's not.
That's his signature. That's his signature, right?
There were a couple times you're like, okay, where he slowed that down, that shot is kind of cool. But for you to do it every 15 minutes
Yeah.
is ridiculous. I don't
It's
want a
watered
slow
down.
motion
He's
shot
watering his own
of
shit
somebody
down.
planting some goddamn seeds. Like, I
Yeah.
don't need that.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's a single redeeming quality to this movie, and it's not because of Zack Snyder. It's just not. It's just not a
Jesus.
good. It's just not a good movie. It's just not. Our main character here, Cora, like,
Poor, yeah.
where's her story going that like we give a shit about? Just out of curiosity.
Where did it leave off? The guy fell, he got resurrected,
Yeah.
and they went back to they got to defend their farm.
She
Yeah, it's
ran
like-
away.
you gotta defend
She
that
ran
shit.
away from. She ran away from tyrants.
You say it out loud.
And
They
ran
got to
away
defend
from
their
tyrants.
land. Hey,
She ran away from
Tyrants
tyrants.
found her,
Yeah, yeah.
and she fought back.
Okay.
There are some redeeming values of this that make it interesting enough that some people want to watch the sequel.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm glad that you found something to enjoy from it. I personally did not. There are many people who did not,
for sure.
and I just think it's a soulless and boring
It
movie.
has a lot of room for criticism. And I value your criticism, and I think you're right in a lot of it, but I don't think you're right in all of it. I think some of it is a little bit overboard, but
That's fair.
that's your right. That's your, I mean, you're a person. You have, it's your opinion.
That's
have
fair.
it.
I appreciate you letting me have my opinion. It's got a 5.6 on IMDb. Dusty, what you got?
A 5.6.
Shit's gonna be hilarious.
I give it a 5.5.
Okay, Marvin, that's not
give it a
good.
5.
bro. Oof, that's low. Yeah,
I mean, it's the definition of mid. it's a 5.
Dan
right
won't
there.
watch anything below a 6 on IMDb, but I'm curious.
Generally, no. This
How
is
low do you go?
this is like a 1 for
2.5?
me. This is one of the,
A
really
1.
no. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm being dead serious. I thought it was terrible.
Oh fuck.
This guy needs a babysitter. Get this guy a handler. Get him out of the editing room. Get him a writing coach or somebody to like rewrite his shit. Like something's got to happen. I don't know because it's just not
Yeah.
acceptable that like you can't tell a story in 2.5 hours. You learn nothing about anybody or anything. You just like very little bullshit. Like there's bad
you
people.
learn very
and-
little. Yeah.
and it's like
It's
that's
bad.
just not acceptable. So yes, I give this a 1. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and it's not because it's Zack Snyder. It's because it's just bad, and that's that.
There's some dumb shit in this movie, and I agree with you. Some of the criticisms you volley at it are very valid, but I'm not shitting on it the way you are, because I think there are some, what's the adjective? There are some things that make it redeemable a little bit. There's some redeemable value in some of these characters. They're not all shit. I don't agree with that.
Fair.